This might be one of the first morning podcasts I've ever done in my life.
I fucking hate it.
It was tough.
Real Ass Podcast is the one.
Dude.
That's the hellish.
Yes.
What time does that one start?
Starts at 11.
But you got to get up the same time we did.
Yeah.
At 9, travel a fucking hour and a half.
Just to listen to fucking Lewis rant. The first 20 minutes is Lewis ranting.
Yeah.
Because he's jacked up. He's ready to go.
Is he an early riser?
Yeah, he's got a kid.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, any early podcast, you're on a kid's schedule.
And
they always have children.
He doesn't get hammered like that very often. He doesn't. So he can wake up. He wakes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just going, and you got to sit there like, Jesus Christ. He's calling people. He's like, this fucking piece of shit. You're just sitting there like, I don't want to be a clip of me trashing some fucking guy I don't know. And then he'll be like, what are you, a pussy? Trash him. You're like, all right, I'll trash him.
Mark random or whatever.
Dude, I'll go 4 hours without saying a word to anyone but a barista. So the thought of like going to someone's podcast and just like, try and be funny. It's like, I don't care about fucking anything right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut this door.
You knocked on the door. You woke me up. I was in the middle of giving a speech. I was giving a speech about why North Korea likes nuclear weapons. I have no idea why I was talking about that.
To yourself?
You were giving a speech
It
to
was
the
dreaming.
room?
I was giving a speech. I was on a hillside.
Is that where the bodies are?
Might have been
That
close.
hill? I know that
Might have been
hill.
close.
You fucking weirdo.
It was.
They were coming out of the side, right? Is that the old dream story?
He's got a hill. He's got a hill in his dreams where he's got bodies hidden.
Yeah.
And it just shows up in his dreams. In the middle of random dreams, he'll be like, oh shit, there's that hill. He'll be like, I'm having a good, oh fuck, I forgot all the bodies are in that hill.
Yeah, dude. That's scary. We were on a hill. It was me. Everyone was in like a class. We were all sitting Indian style, like little kids, and they were asking like, "Why do you think North Korea loves? Should we blow North Korea up?" And I was like,
Just
Where'd
you
you
and
go
your
with?
I was like, yeah. I mean, I don't think they're gonna stop with this whole nuclear weapons thing.
So you're like, time to kill them?
I started talking about it. I woke as I was in the shower thinking about it. Everything I was saying was making absolutely no sense. It was like, I've watched a lot of their anime, which I haven't. That was part of my speech.
It's funny that's America's foreign policy. It's like, we're like a cop with a gun on a guy, and we're like, don't pick that gun up. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to shoot you. And you're like, I got to do it.
Dude, it's Korea's suicide by cop.
Yeah. And they can't. It's not a gun. They're picking up like a fucking Nerf gun. Nothing they have works.
Yeah.
It's got like no.
We're going to blow them up and be like,
missing
oh,
all the
fuck,
parts.
nothing they had worked.
It is scary. Dude, I'm fucking dumb as shit with that stuff, though.
What?
You don't have to worry about them.
I know, but
No one has to worry about
the
that.
way they portray it, you're like, well, they are close to Alaska. Dude, if I hear one headline like
Take
that,
Alaska, dude.
dude, I know.
Somebody nuke Alaska.
I'm just
See
saying.
if it fucking puts me into any. It's not going to change my mood.
Yeah. Dude, it would be funny if Alaska got nuked. People would be more upset about the animals dying than the people there, for sure.
I just mean I'm the
like
guy
the
that
ecosystem.
fear-mongering media goes after.
Yeah.
Because then I'll just spew that to everybody I see that day. I'm like, well, yeah, they can easily
can
hit a
hit it.
button.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
can hit a button. I spent 2 weeks straight going, they can hit a button. With no facts to
Guy's a
back it up.
fucking madman.
Yeah. And then they would say logistically how it's impossible. And I'm like, well, you never know. And I just back out of the conversation.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if they hit Alaska.
They would.
If they're like, now, the death of America. They hit Alaska. We're like,
Anchorage?
you're in trouble. You're in big trouble for that.
Can't visit Anchorage anymore?
Yeah, I just...
What is up in Alaska? It's just mining, right? Are they just mining stuff?
Well,
Cutting
oil.
trees.
Hopefully we can get more oil.
Yeah.
The dumb Democrats get the fuck out of the way. That way we're not beholden to Russia like we are right now.
Canada's got a bunch of stuff.
I like the
there,
inflation going on. Though.
What? Oh, God. How far are we?
Yeah, here we go.
How far are we in?
You want to talk Alaska? Natural resources? Let's talk about not drilling it.
Yeah, I don't think we should drill it.
No? You want to rely on Russia?
Yeah. I think Musk is going to save us.
Let's rely on Russia and Saudi Arabia.
No, Musk
Good
is
call.
going to make a bigger, better battery. A smaller, better battery.
I think he just suggested drilling up there.
God damn it.
I'm fairly certain he publicly was
God
like,
damn
look,
it.
I'm trying to get off oil, but we need to drill. Yeah.
No, we gotta. I'm for electric cars. I hope Elon Musk does well.
Don't we have to mine those batteries out of like?
Yeah, we get those from
child
China.
slaves?
From China.
Yeah.
Lithium ion. I think all of it comes from China. We're gonna come up with a way to make that.
I was baffled. Like boat
Just
gas
make-
wasn't that much more expensive
yeah,
than
yeah.
car gas.
Yeah.
His brother
I
pulled up.
agree.
He's like, "We got to fill up," and I was like, "Jesus!" Like I was like,
Yeah, I
I
thought
looked
it
at my
was
pockets. I was like,
Yeah.
"Dude, I've been on your boat for 4 hours. I got
Yeah.
like $5 on me. It's
Got
got
to
it
get
was
gas to a dock. That means it's got to be an extra $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
It was $5 a gallon. It was like I mean, it's still
$5.50 or something like that.
Yeah.
You put 150
great.
gallons in,
but not that bad. Yeah.
right? 150 was like $500.
No. He only put in 30. I think
Sorry, $30. Where did we land on?
I don't know.
What did he spend that
Look,
day?
we're trying to figure out how to be funny in the morning. All right.
Sorry, the podcast. By the way, it's my fault. The podcast is late. Matt couldn't. We had to do a podcast yesterday. We did it at Louie's house, so we had to borrow the equipment here because Matt couldn't make it up. His lady had some pregnancy stuff going on.
Yeah.
and so we had to take this equipment, bring it to Louie's house. I thought we'd be back by 6, 7 at the latest. Man, that guy can talk. Holy shit.
10 o'clock.
We got done. It was 5 hours.
Dude.
Yeah.
5 hours, dude.
That's
Of
a
just-
fucking potty break beyond belief for
we
me.
took- well,
I'm
this
diapered
is
up.
This is
You
when
would
I
take
no.
a
I would have had a
pisses-
fucking. I would
No,
have had
we did
a
2
pail of
hours.
sandwiches.
2 hours. Yeah, the first one was 2 hours, and then I was like, all right, we got to switch over to the Patreon. And he was like, no, what's a Patreon? Don't do that. I was like, all right, well, this is free. I had to do ad reads in front of him. I couldn't read.
no.
I couldn't read. And
Wait, your ads are
Bro.
you read them? You don't
Yeah,
put them on there?
They email me. Dude,
I can't think of anything more painful than
It was-
reading ads.
I
in
thought
front
you
of
had an
Louis.
option to just throw them on the
we could have at the
visual
end.
and audio.
What do you mean?
Like, don't they place the ads, insert them for you as an option? That's
No,
what the guy said
they
to me.
send you ad reads.
Oh, okay.
And you
Yeah.
just read
All
them.
right.
But we could have done them after.
Yeah.
And just inserted them in. But I was like, that's the end of the pod. Here, I'll read these ads.
Yeah.
And this is the first time the ad reads ever tried to include jokes the way we talk.
Oh no.
So it was like,
Did you know that, or you just
no, I've
you
never
didn't
seen it. It's
pre-read?
the first time I looked at them. And it was like, are you ready for the Wiki Wild Weed Whacker from Maine? And I was like, God fucking damn it. And then I couldn't read.
Yeah.
I started like stuttering and shit, and he was
Yes.
sitting at his desk like, Jesus. And then he got up and left, and I had to continue to read.
Yeah. That's the best case scenario.
Did he
was
shake
bad.
his head and leave?
Yeah, he was like, and you're doing ad reads? You're doing Patreon and ad reads? God. And I was like, oh, man, I know. We tried to not do this.
Yeah.
We were wasting money.
Dude, I remember the pressure it was on me when I read it Compound with
Yeah.
you.
That's impossible.
Yeah, I'm like, let's kick it over to Tom for ads. And I'm like, fuck. And it was on the teleprompter, and I was like, have you ever had trouble in bed? And Shane's face is fucking right here. He's like, no, Tom, why? Go on. I'm like, oh, fuck you.
Shane and I would go piss while he did the ads.
Yeah,
that's
go
when the
piss.
rocket, all the Bud Light piss. would
That's the
come out.
best
Yeah.
case scenario, dude. That's the best case scenario. If you fuck off and you can just settle in, get it out, it's disgusting. You feel gross, but
Yeah.
your friends are there. It's
Yeah.
horribly embarrassing.
But then
And you're too scared to even try to like riff and fuck around with the ad. Yeah.
this is when I knew it was good. This is when I texted you, like, we're going to be late.
Yeah.
He was like, you guys want cheeseburgers? Yes. So he starts cooking and shit. It's like,
He
all right.
cooked them?
Yeah, he made cheeseburgers.
How were they?
Fucking delicious.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you put on them?
Just cheese, tomato, ketchup. Good burger, dude.
Did you see the meat
Yeah.
preparation?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it was
yeah.
high quality meat.
Yeah, it was high quality meat.
Was it 80-20? Was it
I
just
don't know.
beef?
I don't know.
Do you know
Probably
the percentage?
80.
You got me
fraction
going
of
now,
meat?
boy.
60,
You,
48.
you just activated my
60-40,
day
yeah.
mind.
Did he gavel you out for the lunch break?
Yeah.
Do you have a nice scotch
we
or
take a
something?
30-minute
I feel like you guys
recess.
smoke cigars and nice scotch.
No, we did have some cigarettes after, which was nice.
very nice.
After the cheeseburger cigarette, after the last podcast cigarette. Yeah. It was good, but yeah, he was just going, dude. He had all that in there. He's never done, and he's never spoken publicly
I was going to say
in
that.
years. So he was just
Phew,
fucking ripping.
cooped up, dude, ready
He
to go.
was ripping.
Anybody
dude.
could have stopped by.
He was ripping.
He's lucky he doesn't have a landlord. He'd be like, can you sit down? I want to talk to you for
Yeah,
3
he was-
hours about what
he
my
was
last week was like.
flying, and it was really great. It's just long. It's just great though.
Does he study all this shit, or is it just from his accumulating
I think he-
autobiographies and shit?
Yeah, he was just obsessed with it since he was a kid. So he says it in the podcast. He's like, he moved from Mexico when he was 7. This is the best part of the podcast. So Hopefully you get there.
Well, we're not going to release till Wednesday, so
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's 5 hours. They're not going to see it. Yeah. There's a part in this fucking Moby Dick that we recorded. This is crazy.
I hope there's a dude who only listens to podcasts while he runs and he passes out, fucking slams his head.
So he gets to a part where he moved from Mexico, and it was when Nixon, I think, was in office. So he moved from Mexico to Boston, and he was a 7-year-old Mexican kid that was like, the president is the most powerful man in the world. And he had a picture of Nixon in his room, and he loved Nixon. And then he said he had a dream about Nixon. Like he's like, it's the first dream I remember as a kid, was hearing a marching band coming down my street, me looking out the window, and it was Nixon leading a marching band to my house, to his house, and then he comes outside and Nixon gets on one knee and goes, Louis, gives him a hug and hugs him, and he's like, I love Nixon so much. And then it was right when Watergate happened. So every night he'd come home and his parents were watching the news like, what the fuck this guy. And he's like, how's Nixon doing?
Is he naked? Yeah.
I've had a similar dream with like Santa Claus. Like that.
Yeah, that was his Santa Claus. I mean, that was the most. He was from Mexico, which was like, shit. It was Mexico in the 70s.
Yeah.
And then he came to America and was like, this is the best place in the world. Nixon's Santa Claus. Yeah. That's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
To have a picture of Nixon in a 7-year-old Mexican's room. He's so cool.
It's fun to think of him as a little redheaded Mexican.
Yeah, little chubby redheaded Mexican
boy with an accent.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a far...
Who introduced him to Nixon? Did he just...
He just knew. He knew the president.
He was the
At
president.
7?
Yeah, he probably had to go to school, and they're like, "Who's the president of the United States?"
Yeah, it's big out there.
Yeah, you gotta do the fucking pledge, all that shit.
Yeah. I don't think I had any idea who the president was.
Yeah, you did.
Until
I always knew.
Yeah,
your dad was probably saying shit.
Also, they were always on television. That's all he talked about was the president.
I remember being excited
when I was 7. It was Clinton. Remember
you were a
Clinton.
big Clinton family.
No, I don't remember.
Come on.
Come on. What are you, nuts?
Yeah.
I remember OJ.
Yeah. I remember when the second Bush got elected, I was kind of excited because I knew...
You were like a freshman in high school.
Dude.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
you were in high school.
Yeah, dude, I didn't...
Of course you remember that.
I knew who like Clinton was, but I had no idea.
Well, that's the crux of this. You knew who the president was.
No, but I didn't. I swear to God,
Chris, you want some coffee?
No, I swear to God, until probably
plug him in, dude.
Until like the Monica Lewinsky shit happened, I don't think I really.
That's a good point because
I don't remember you really like.
You're 22 years old.
You're an adult.
Yeah, I don't think I really remember.
SNL covered every president every Saturday night.
I knew George. I knew the first Bush because I read a lot about the golf.
Remember Carrie did him on SNL. Like,
yeah, but
hold on. He's about to say he used to read a lot about the Gulf War.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, but in books. Because it was like I had like World War II military stuff, and then I had like a book like just about how badly we kicked Iraq's ass.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I didn't like. I didn't know what he was up to outside of that.
No, of course not. But you knew the guy.
Yeah.
Louis didn't know who Nixon was. He just was like, that's the guy. That's the best guy ever. So like when I maybe the reason I knew Clinton was because my dad was going around the house all day going like, fucking piece of shit, because he lost.
Yeah. I don't remember my parents belly aching about it.
I bet they belly ached about W quite a bit.
Yeah.
Whenever it's not their guy, they're gonna belly ache.
Yeah, once the Lewinsky stuff happened and Bush v. Gore went down, there was a lot of.
I just like
that was how I got introduced to.
That's what I'm gonna do on every podcast from now on. Just presidents.
Yeah.
Just did fucking 7 hours of presidents. So now it's just presidents.
I'll do a lot of what Matt did on the first one. I'll just stare at you.
What?
I'll wait till you're done.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, he was handsome.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Holy shit.
He was charismatic and handsome. Other than that, who gives a fuck?
I wish we learned more about like European history in school. That was what I don't feel like we learned anything about what the hell happened with Europe.
Less of all
What are you
that.
going to teach these kids, though? Think about teaching in class. Think of the girls in your class. You
Yeah.
can be like, hey, kids, let's talk about Archduke Franz Ferdinand. They're like,
Dude, just remembering that collection of words, I failed the test. I'm like Ferdinand Duker. Yeah, I like that guy.
He's got a hell of a fastball.
His backhand could use some work.
Yeah, dude. I wish there was more of that. Japan. I tried to watch a documentary about the samurai.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, the different warring factions.
The new
in
one.
Japan.
Yeah.
What?
The new one? Yeah, I didn't start it yet.
Yeah.
That's things you should consume when you get older and then go, oh, now it makes sense back when I was younger.
Yeah.
You shouldn't start that when you're young. You should learn like CPR and how to cook. Fucking Catholic school is dog shit, dude. Literally, I went to this day. I've only gotten through like 30 seconds of a tutorial of how to properly save someone using CPR.
Well, they change it. They have to change it all the time because no
now
one
you don't
will
have to
ever
like,
do it in person.
Yeah, no kissing now.
Now you don't have to kiss.
No mouth to mouth.
That's the best part.
You just hit the sternum.
Yeah, kisses.
You told me you wouldn't give your mom.
Be like, what's he doing? Oh, we're not allowed to kiss one because of COVID? Because of COVID? No, I wouldn't have. I literally was faced with CPR on my own mother.
Yeah. That story fucking
no.
levels me.
I said, she's dead. I'm not going to make out with her now.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Dude, I look at people's mouths
corpse?
sometimes where like, and I imagine, that's my question to myself. I'm like, if they passed out right now, could I do it?
Bro.
And there isn't anyone.
Here's your mother. Think of your mother. Tongue red from wine. Purple tongue.
Yeah.
Oreos in the teeth. Black chunks with a purple tongue.
This is also what
Snoring.
I eat at night. So
Snoring. Yeah, it's going to be you. With a gummy worm. Tom? Tom?
Just a whiskey worm. Dude.
Wake up, Tom!
It's like a baited hook for you.
You're going to wake up one night and me just sucking a worm out of there.
Whatever it takes, man. Keep you alive.
Yeah.
If you don't do mouth to mouth, you have to go right in between the titties and hit the sternum, right?
Yeah.
So it's neither is fun for your mom. You
Well,
either go in between her
At that
titties.
point, my mom was like 60, so the tits weren't even close to the center.
Yeah, right.
Those things were,
Yeah.
they were out of the way.
Melting candles.
Yeah. But my sister was right there. So I was like, you do it. You
Did she
kiss
do
her.
it? Or she went close to see if she was breathing?
She was panicking. So here's the story. If you go,
You tell again.
You got to
Yeah.
do it like a baby.
Yeah.
Lean him up and hit him on the back.
I was home.
I was literally going to go, is that true?
Yeah, that's how you do babies.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was home. I just got home from college, maybe. It was probably after that. I was just down in the basement playing NCAA football, killing it. And my family was out at like a wine thing.
Yeah.
Some wine. I don't know what they were doing. There's like wineries in the Appalachians. And that's where they were. And they came home fucking shit-faced. It was my sister and both my parents. And my mom came, she grabbed some Oreos. She was up in the kitchen munching some Oreos. And then came running down the steps to see me. She was excited.
I love when parents snack like drunk teens.
And you know what's funny? I remember there was Oreos sitting on the island in the kitchen, which is the first thing you see when you walk in my house. So I knew why she did it. It's not like she opened the cabinet. She just walked in and was like, oh, Shane's here. Shane! And came running down the steps. And midway down the steps, just left her feet, dude. Like a running back, dude, crossing the goal line, dude, just elevated for no reason. Well, I think she dropped a cookie and went to pick it up and fell forward, but she fell down the whole bottom 6 steps because there's like a landing. She fell down and there's a wall at the base of the steps.
Yeah.
So she fell head first. Cracked it.
Oh, it takes like an L turn?
Yeah, the steps take an L turn and there's a wall at the bottom. And she head first into the wall, knocked out.
Yeah.
Totally unconscious, immediately unconscious. And my sister was behind her. I was like, oh my God, mom's fucking dead. She starts screaming that my mom's dead. So I paused my game, ran over, and I was like, oh, she's dead.
Your dad screamed.
And my dad was upstairs. He's like, what? What? He was doing that thing where like you lose your voice. He's like, what? What's going on? And my sister, who's in panic mode, is like, mom's dead, call an ambulance. And I was the one person that was like, relax. everybody stay calm. Everything's okay. And she was unconscious. But that's when I had to face the dilemma of like, I was like, we got to get her. We got to get her tongue. We got to get her tongue out because she was knocked out. Like
get 2 spoons. Pull it out. Yeah.
She was breathing like that.
Dude, that's what Nate was doing when he fucking passed out.
Snoring?
Yeah, just immediate.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Why'd he pass out?
From the train. When he jumped off the train.
Remember?
He got the vapors, dude. He got hit with the vapors, dude. He's like, oh my Lord. He passed out because his foot hurt. He got scared.
Oh, yeah.
It's understandable because the way Chris described it was like very bizarre that he just blacked out from like his leg hurting. Like he got knocked out, but I guess he got whiplashed and then it hit him like 10 minutes later. It's a bizarre.
I think he was excited. He was excited. It was scary. And he fainted.
Yeah.
You think it was just excitement?
I think his heart was just trying to catch up.
Yeah.
He jumped. Yeah.
He jumped the gun, dude.
Dude, that did. You talking about Joan going down the stairs? It reminded me of how many times as a kid I would try to run down the stairs and trip and then just jump. You know what I mean? Like, there's no other way to save it. The amount of times that I like landed at the bottom and hit the wall. Dude, in school, like I crashed to the bottom of stairs.
Yeah.
All the time.
We had no, you know that plastic fake wood panel?
Yeah.
It covered like exposed brick and rocks that was just like old concrete from like 100-year-old house.
Don't punch that.
Every piece of that was blasted out in the basement. Just completely destroyed from us playing football and fucking around.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a standalone toilet that used to have, you know, a block. Like it used to be blocked off. So you went down there and it was just exposed brick, shitty tile that was linoleum, dude. And then a standalone like
a prison
toilet.
Yeah, it's just jail toilet.
Like a South American prison toilet, standalone. And we only had two toilets. So someone was always activated.
Down
You know
there
what I
taking
mean?
a shit.
In like cold stone.
Oh my God, how scary that must have been.
Dark as fuck.
Turning the lights off down there must have been the scariest.
Until like 12 years old, I couldn't go down the
Yeah, I
basement.
was still scared of that.
Yeah,
still scared of that.
Yeah.
Over COVID, I spent time playing Xbox in the basement. And even then, I'd turn the lights off and...
Dude, you
gotta get the dog
you
call.
hit second gear going up there. Dude. Second gear for sure. You start imagining what that demon looks like.
Yeah. And then you run up the steps and your dad's sitting there like, what are you running? Are you
He's doing the same thing,
yeah, he knows. He knows how scary the dark
ghost
is.
of your mom's down there.
She's
trying to grab your
the best part is at the end, we had to call an ambulance. And they showed up. This is after my mom like gained consciousness. They got there.
Did you pull her tongue out or you didn't have to?
No.
Just
I
rolled her
think
over?
my sister may have. I was like, you do
sweep.
it. I was like, get her. But then the ambulance was there and they're like, are you all right? And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. My hand hurts.
Oh my God.
Her middle finger was just over. She was like, no, I'm fine. I'm embarrassed you guys are here, but my hand hurts. And we were all like, oh, shit. Even the EMT was like, ooh.
Take a strong
It was bad. Dude.
It's like you fucking see any professional football player, like on Monday Night Football, they put their hand up and they always have that wonky pinky.
Dude. Yeah, it's the best when those guys have to snap it back in during the game.
Yeah.
They just go to the sideline and fucking
Pull it.
Yeah.
Some guys have it permanently like that. Like I think Edelman has that.
Yeah.
He's got like two
I feel like
janky
most football players have like a permanent angle on one of their fingers.
What? That's not correctable?
I think as it heals, it like moves a certain
It's
direction.
actually corrected in time. I broke my hand once and the knuckle went all the way back here. And that's
How'd you break your hand?
I punched the wall.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
A couple drinks, you punched the wall.
I was
hit his
actually
stomach.
sober. That was the one saving grace, is that I was sober. So in my head, I went, you know what? There's
It
some
was real
sympathy
rage.
there. Wasn't my fault. It was real rage.
What were
I
you
gave up
ticked
a goal.
about?
I was playing goalie.
Oh, it was.
Gave up a goal, and I had to show them, and I got it right. I got a little uppercut to the padded wall, and just broke it in the glove.
How many Rangers do you think punched the wall last night?
Probably.
Think they grow out of that? I bet they don't.
Nah.
Professional hockey players? I bet you there's a couple Rangers that went home last night and punched the wall.
But they know how to do it right. The doctor told me, he's like, this is a boxer's fracture, but it's actually a bit of a misnomer because a real boxer would know how to throw a punch and wouldn't break his pinky.
What a fucking cocksucking.
Yeah, it was a little mean to say, and the oxys were just wearing off by the time he came to reset it. So I had to like poop and throw up, and then the doctor finally comes in to like grab my terrible hand and reset it with his.
It's good. That's a good doctor being like, now look, you're gonna think you're tough by the way I describe this.
Yeah.
You actually throw a punch like a girl.
Yeah.
So
the one thing I had was like kind of cool, right? Like, boxer's fracture. Nope, not cool.
Did he tell you how to throw a proper punch?
Not in the moment he was resetting my hand. No. I didn't get a chance.
That's a good psychological move, though, right? Because you're trying to deactivate the pain or focus on a patient.
Focus in on their pride instead of their physical pain.
It's like a doctor giving a needle to a baby, and they're like, "Woo!" For adults, you're just like the proper way to, punch a wall. Look at me, look at me.
I farted and it's terrible.
Right now, you're a fucking scumbag.
It's so bad.
It's literally the only thing you should.
I thought it would.
Now he's puffing.
Sneak it by.
I deserve this. This is because I took the equipment. No. I deserve everything that's happening.
No, it's because I didn't eat anything. I'm having coffee.
Did you not have time to make a morning movement? Is that why?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I sat down and gave the morning movement an attempt because I had a feeling this was coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to tushy it out.
Farted loud.
I'm good. In and out.
Well, my last 2 farts didn't smell.
Jesus.
So I thought
that's pretty good.
Here's another thing that doctors should talk about.
Dude, the way you've been shitting. Did you change your diet?
What do you mean?
It stinks, man. Your shits have been
People's
horrible.
stump stinks.
Yeah.
But it was particularly bad.
It's the sweetness from the IPAs.
That was a little bit of sweetness you smelled, Chris.
Tommy shits like a man.
They do.
Yeah.
When I was here, we were putting on a clinic. There was 2 dudes shitting hard, loud, blast.
The problem is this was your gaming chair.
Oh, I was sitting right there,
next to the bathroom.
Man. Every time he did sit down and hit that initial, like I was right out here through the. He'd be like, "Shut up."
It's literally the only thing you don't want. Hearing fucking and hearing shit.
Yeah.
Just stay
And
away.
I heard both of them.
I know, because you're right next to the fucking both of them.
I was up and I would be going till 3. Noon to 3 a.m. I was sitting right here. Any shit or fuck I heard. I was just waiting.
Yeah, she got those headphones you used to wear at night. I saw that video I got of you the other day. I was looking for like an old video, and I saw that one.
Where you walked out?
Yeah, you're on your things. You're talking to somebody.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm sitting there. Dude, nice. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? His shields are down. Tommy's just standing there.
And he goes, you got me,
you motherfucker.
And then there's a threat. There's like a 10-minute pause. You're like, but don't forget the one I got on you.
I got a lot.
Yeah.
Every night I'd come back from doing shows. These 2 would be in the fucking piece of shit.
We got to get back on that.
Dude, yeah. We were playing with, I think you were on the road. We were playing with some of the kids the other night. Yeah, some of the bros. And like we were screaming like fuck. Said she called you or
bleep her name.
Yeah, remind her to edit that out. Your lady called you.
Sorry.
And she was like, what's going on down there? Are they all right? Should I go down there?
Oh, I think she thought you guys were fighting. She thought you guys were literally in a fist fight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
It gets pretty fucking serious.
It can get there.
Yeah.
It can get
when you lose a fake life.
It can get close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I've witnessed it.
There's been a couple times we got close. I think there was like we were one more little push.
What? In that game?
You almost got in a fight.
Yeah.
You almost got in a fight, Chris.
What?
I heard you almost got in a fight.
With him?
Down in Vegas.
Who did I almost get in a fight with?
Lemaire.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Almost blows, dude.
Yeah, Lemaire and I
finally got the full report. Gardell gave me the report yesterday. If you want to talk about it,
yes,
we can
he
talk
does.
about it.
Yeah.
It's a funny because Lemaire talks shit.
I know he. Also, he's been talking a lot of shit lately.
He'll just say things.
I noticed when he came up to do your podcast, this kid was like flying on a different level. I'm like, what happened to you? You were so sweet.
Yeah. He especially late at night, he gets, well, I guess I do too, but he was
You were 2 for 2 in fights the first 2 days. You and me got a nice one. Oh, here. You want to hear a fight, dude?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, dude,
This is a good one.
that was on you. That one's on you.
Of course. Just like Lemaire's was on him.
No, Lemaire was, well, that was on Lemaire, yeah.
Mine's on me.
I think so.
All right,
Gentlemen,
Let me.
let's act like it's nobody's fault and tell the facts. I will determine.
Here's the way I see it.
Yeah.
All right. So we get home. we were out drinking.
This is Shane's lens.
We come home from the bar. We get back to the Airbnb. I'm like, oh, fuck, what's the door code? I forget it. And he's like, 208. And I was like, no, I know that's not it. And he's like, that's it. It worked yesterday. And I was like, I know what it is. That's not it. And he's like, well, it worked yesterday. I was like, okay. And then I looked it up and it was like 27 something.
Yeah.
So I type it in. We walk in. And he's like, well, that was it. It worked. And I was like,
just wouldn't let it drop.
Well, then I can't let it drop either. But I was like, right. So that unless there's two codes, your code was wrong and maybe the door was just unlocked.
Yeah.
Because that code's wrong. And he's like, no, that worked. And that's it. That's and then I'm not letting that go.
That's an energy code from some other place.
Just
like
And then I was like, let's why don't you go outside? I'll lock the door.
Yeah.
See if your code works.
And if it doesn't work, you don't come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sleep out there.
No.
And that was it. And then now, of course, I can't. And so I was like, just admit that's not the code.
Yeah.
Just say that that's not the code and I can let this go.
Oh my God. I'm actually getting upset.
And he wouldn't say that was the code. So we'd be sitting there watching TV. 15 minutes later in my head, I'd be like, don't say it. Don't do it. 15 minutes later, I'd be like, you can't admit you're wrong. Just say it wasn't the fucking code.
Yeah, this argument isn't about that code. It's from something else.
It's the perfect example
of
like, I have the number right here.
I've had exes like this. It's like, look, just stop. And if an ex said something like that, like it's 208, it worked yesterday, I'd be like, I'm not doing this.
I can't do that.
I'm going to go over this way and just please don't say code. Don't say 2s or 0s or 8s for
But
at least
I was the one still saying it.
Yes.
But
I in my mind, because we got out of the car, fucking
you're going to find yourself on that hill one day.
I'm the last one.
Nate and I are the last one out of the car.
I'm ready for this side of the story.
I'm carrying Nate in like up the front stairs, and Shane's like, "What's the code?" And I said, "Whatever, 208." And he was like, that's not it. I was like, well, it worked earlier today. And he was like, no, it's a different code. And I was like, because Gardini had said a code that was wrong earlier in the day. And that's the one that I had typed in. And like, as I'm typing it in, he was like, no, actually it's this other one. And I hit like the check mark and the door opened. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I know, but there is like, it is, but that one worked. So that's what I was saying. That's all, and then as I don't remember
very passive retelling.
No, I don't. I was not mad about this at any point.
I wasn't mad as soon as you were like, "This is the code," and I was like, "No, it's not. That should have been it."
Yeah.
But instead, it's like, "No, that code works." It's like, why don't you try it?
Did you try it?
No, of course not.
Because you knew it would.
I wasn't invested in that. I wasn't invested in the fight at all. I wasn't. I was just saying that it didn't work.
It's easier to not be invested when the whole point of the problem is like, just admit that you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, I don't care about this.
Yeah.
And that was the worst part. That was the worst part.
Is such a psychological terrorist.
And then he kept going, just let it go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're the one. It's on you to say I was wrong.
Yeah. Dude. It is like a girl.
And he's like, no, just let it go. You're being a psycho right now. And I'm like, I am a fucking psycho.
That's gaslighting.
Yeah,
right?
that is gaslighting.
Perfect example of gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
That's gaslighting.
I at no point was I trying to put this code on anyone. I was just saying,
no, I know.
You asked for the code. I would never have said anything.
All right, tell me about Lemaire.
Yeah. So then,
I'm not gonna let the code thing go. That would be the rest of it. It'll be 5.5.
I know.
I'll be Louis. 5.5 hours. Miss my flight to England.
The codes of every president.
So the next night, we were out at whatchamacallit. We were out at Zany's all night, and I'd been talking to Gardini about like good movies. And that I liked, and we got home. This was like 3:00 in the morning. We get home. I turn on like a Woody Allen movie, and Gardini and I are sitting there watching it, enjoying ourselves. Lemaire's rolling a blunt, and he just goes,
I don't know about Gardini enjoying it.
He said he was.
That's hearsay.
Well, he said he didn't like it.
Well, I don't know. And it's a lot to put on a young man. Be like, yeah, this 24-year-old kid loved the fucking Woody Allen.
I didn't say
a creepy Jew movie.
I didn't say he loved it. He said at the time that he was enjoying it.
Okay.
And then Lemaire starts
Chris
going,
also watches black and white movies at like 3 p.m. It's a very, it's a very odd
this
look.
was,
to it.
it was, I will say this, it was dumb for me to put that movie on.
Yeah.
There was no need to watch that
there
movie.
you go. That's what you should do about the code.
I do. I admit the
Say
code
it
didn't
right
work.
away.
Wait,
I admit the code didn't work.
the code was wrong?
Yeah, no, it didn't
Oh,
work.
okay, great.
Yeah. You can move on
But
now.
it did work earlier in the day.
I can be released. Do you think it worked because the door was already unlocked?
It must have been. But
Obviously.
I thought at the time.
Where was this? Where was this?
I know.
That's all I wanted.
This happened the night of.
That's just all I wanted was you to be like, yeah, I guess it
I'll
must
tell
have
you
been
what the
unlocked.
formula
When you
is.
brought it
Too
up-
many beers, old arguments, a little emotional
When you
sterile.
brought it up when you brought it up for the fourth time, I was like, I don't know. I was just saying that it worked earlier. I didn't.
And I was like, I know you just said that. That's what the point of the argument is. You just said it.
All right, so what Lemaire
Shane,
says
that was
what?
a masterstroke. Do you see what Shane just did? He
What?
just brought up that Gardini probably didn't like the movie, and all that parlayed into Chris admitting that the code was wrong. You should be an attorney, my friend.
Thanks, bro.
I admitted the code was wrong the night of.
This is one thing I regret about you and the Lemaire fight is that was the one night I didn't go out. I was like, I need to take a fucking day off. And I would have given anything. I tried to stay awake. I was watching basketball all day, and I tried to stay awake for when they came back drunk because I wanted to fight everybody.
Yeah.
I wanted everyone to come back drunk just to walk around and be like, look at you guys.
Yes.
The next morning I woke up, I was like, some guys just can't handle the road. They're like just fucking with these dudes. And I missed it. I was my
The
room
window
was
was gone. Yeah.
I missed it. The guys on the second floor could hear it because it became a screaming match.
All right.
right.
So what happened?
So
He says turn the shit off in a way.
he goes, this movie sucks. He's not even watching it.
Right.
He's just bothering us.
Yeah, some movies you can tell by the
So,
look.
so he's like,
Wait, you're telling me a black dude rolling a blunt didn't love Woody Allen? Whoa.
yeah. So then
Then Chris going, you don't know the plot. You don't know
Yeah.
the
I was
plot.
like, all right, well, whatever. And then he keeps going, this movie sucks. Woody Allen sucks. And we were like, all right, man. All right. And then he starts just saying stuff. He starts like, every time there's a woman on screen, he's like, isn't she a little old for Woody Allen?
Yeah.
He fucks kid. He kept just like yell. He's
Yeah.
like, he's not even. He just looks up to yell that.
Yeah.
And so I started.
And you've been a staunch Woody Allen defender.
yes.
That is important.
yeah.
It's an
Really?
important key
So,
in this is
In
Chris.
reality,
Yeah.
What?
you defend his behaviors?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked. Well, hold on. He looked into it,
Yeah.
and I think I believe him.
Yeah.
You did.
Let's
Let's get to that after the fight. 'Cause
Watch
I'm
the
interested.
watch the HBO Woody Allen documentary and tell me it's not insane.
Okay.
So and Ronan Farrow and Mia Farrow are fucking lunatics.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hollywood. That's all you have.
So then I'm saying shut the fuck up. Gardini also says shut the fuck up. Gardini's being like, dude, just let us watch this thing. I think he's just trying to get us both to shut the fuck up. But
Yeah, they were telling me to shut up when you and me were arguing too.
Yeah,
They were telling
yeah.
both of us to shut up.
yeah. So then I'm like, what the fuck is your problem, dude? What the fuck is going on? Just shut up. And he keeps talking over it. And he starts getting mad at us because he calls us hypocrites because he was trying to support Bill Gates earlier in the night. He was
You gotta stop housing these people together.
Yeah, I know. This was a mistake. Guys are jumping
You gotta
off
be a little
trains.
selective.
Yeah, it's a bad group.
He was like, it doesn't matter. His argument was, who cares if Bill Gates went to Epstein Island? He gave us Xbox.
Yeah.
And I,
Which is a bit of his. He was literally
Yeah.
running a fucking stand-up bit.
No.
Yeah, he went and opened for me last week and did that, unless that was the first time he said it.
maybe,
And then he
yeah.
was doing it on stage. I was like, oh, you were running bits in the green
Oh
room?
my God,
You
during a
fucking-
fight?
Yeah. But even at the time, I agreed with him because I thought it was funny.
It's a funny thing to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I agree. That's totally worth it. So then I start flipping out at him. Like, I'm not a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And then it just turned into like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. And then he was like, I started saying crazy stuff.
I heard you were saying some pretty nasty things.
Yeah, well, he was like, He was like, I will beat your fucking ass. And I was like, bullshit, I'll beat the fucking shit out of you. And even when I said it at the time.
Lemaire was so confident.
Dude, even when I said it at the time, Lemaire was looking big.
Lemaire is strong as shit. Lemaire might have bulldogged
I
you.
definitely was saying this like certain that we would never come to peace.
Yeah. You were certain Russia wasn't going to go into Ukraine. You were certain.
Yeah. I was like, if this turns into
he's going to push a button.
He's going to do it, dude.
I will run to downtown Nashville. Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, fucking nobody.
Well, I heard, this is the version Guard Dog told me.
Yeah.
Was that you started hitting the fucking, you're fucking nobody early. And then Lemaire was like, if you say that, we have to fight. And then it went into, I'll whoop your ass, I'll whoop your ass.
I think we were at, I will beat your ass.
Before you started pressing the nukes on mean things to say to someone.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because I needed, at that point,
You had to escalate.
Yeah.
Were you dragging some other shit from like earlier that night?
Dude, we had no, this was, we had a nice time.
You guys had the best time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kings of the green room.
I think you guys kind of ended up,
I wasn't there. They were the kings of the green room at the Nashville Comedy Festival.
I think you guys really ended up embracing like what Shane was putting on you, like in terms of being like the Shane, like when someone says don't act up, and you just immediately start drinking whiskey, jumping off trains, getting in fights like that, because it's that impulse of like, don't fucking tell me, like, no, we're don't tell me to do that, like, don't tell me not,
Yeah, it
they
bothered
certainly
us.
acted up.
It's also like you're taking, you're bringing your friends, which is almost like you're catering to the party lifestyle without work. So you have work, and then you're taking a bunch of friends to go, this is vacation.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
I was on a show that night.
I know. No, I'm not saying just you. I'm saying like you have an Airbnb.
Yeah, but you didn't know you
dudes.
were on that show until you were already out partying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we met up with them in the middle of the day, and they were like, come do the show. And I was like, I might be too drunk to do that show. Because we were day drinking. And then
208!
Yeah. Then I got there, and I was like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was proud of you guys.
Yeah, you did all the right things that you were supposed to do.
I didn't care at all, and I was so happy to be like, I wasn't there.
If you were
and
downstairs.
they're at the comedy festival that I'm doing a show on.
Yeah.
In the green room of other people's shows, just getting wrecked. And I, obviously I genuinely don't care, but it was fun to be like.
How was that Trans Am of a person? Luck. Fucking Kid Rock.
Oh, that was great. It was really fun to see. As soon as you walked in the green, and first off, they all call him Bobby.
Yeah.
They're like, Bobby's here. Just so you know, Bobby's going to come in and say, what's up? And then Kid Rock walks in wearing like a fur coat and a fucking Christmas light cowboy hat. It says pimp on the back of his fur coat. He's like, hey, how are you? I'm Bob. It's like, holy shit, this is crazy. Yeah, it was awesome.
Was it stitched in or was it spray painted?
Pimp was stitched into his fur coat.
Nice.
And then he was kind of killing, dude. He was doing stand-up a little on the intros, and it was like,
really?
Damn, dude, of course he's good at this.
Nice.
He was just killing. And then he would bring you out, and the best part was it was at a theater, and him and his boys just had folding chairs right stage left. They were just sitting there right behind the curtain, right next to the stage.
That's awesome.
So the crowd couldn't see them, but anytime I told a joke, you could see them like react. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
It was crazy.
Is that just your peripheral or like yeah?
And then
I bailed.
Yeah,
well,
so I kept telling Soda and Jay, I was like, look.
Is this during the storytelling show?
No, this is the day before. This is Kid Rock's just
extravaganza
show.
Or whatever.
And I was like, if I do Trump, I'll kill. But that's cheating. I need to stick to this 15 that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you see me do Trump, that's me being a pussy. And so literally 4 minutes into my material, I looked over at them and I was like, all right. I did Trump and the place was like, like dudes were going insane. Kid Rock came back out and handed me a beer. It was like, keep going.
Dude.
The place was like, I was like, dude, I'm such a bitch for that.
No, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
That's why you work on that moment.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Christ.
It was crazy.
Did he hang out afterwards, or was he just like...
He was mobbed, and it sucked because he asked me to come hang out. But I had to do... I was like, I had to stay to do the comedy jam at his bar.
Yeah.
So, like, blacked out, I was singing Dragula.
You sung the same song?
Yeah, that's the only one, dude. And I don't know the words. I get the first 4 in, and they're like, nah.
You should have brought him to that. That place.
He was there. He was there for it.
Oh, he
and
was?
then he left by the time I got up. But they'd invited me to some, I forget the name of it. It was a weird name. Some party.
Dude, to have Kid Rock come out and be like, please don't stop.
Yeah, it was cool.
Is got to be one of the coolest
Especially they were all
things.
Kid Rock fans also. So like when he came out, it was like, this guy's the best, right? They were all like, yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
dude.
that was fucking crazy.
Crowned.
By Bob, dude. Big
I
Bob.
guess that's his first name, Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Bobby Rock. Oh, boy.
Oh,
But yeah,
Nashville was fun.
Nashville was fun, and you showed your ass.
I did. I felt bad. I think everyone was pretty fucked up. I think that saved me because I was like, I thought I discreetly asked for a hoodie, and then they brought out every box of every size.
This is my favorite part. Chris is in the green room handing out Nashville Comedy Festival hoodies to everybody.
No, I wasn't. I
was so happy to get those.
I did not hand out a single
I
hoodie.
heard a lot of reports that you were handing them out.
No. I was doing.
You were blacked out.
I was going through the
You were
boxes.
blacked out, dude.
I was going
You were
through.
drinking
What was he
whiskey.
drinking?
Whiskey at noon,
Dude.
Whiskey at noon.
Him and whiskey.
Yeah.
I gotta be
Yeah.
honest, dude. This is your trigger.
Yeah. It's not
Once the
good.
whiskey comes in, he's a different
And
man.
this, bro, I've seen you hungover. That Friday show,
Oh my god.
I've never seen. So Thursday was the whiskey. I wasn't there. King of the Castle. King of the Green Room. O'Connor and Lemaire. Lemaire was getting kicked out. He kept going. It was other people's shows. He was just in the green room.
Yeah, talking up
Doing
Kreischer.
cartwheels.
He was talking up Kreischer big
Okay,
time.
good.
Yeah.
Talking him up. Good.
No. Well, yeah, he was talking to him. Yeah.
Oh! I
He
thought
was
he
like-
was in
he
there
was-
just
he was
like Kreischer's the best. I was like, nice. That's
Kreischer
great.
was like had a beer standing by the fridge. Lemaire was like, "Excuse me,"
To talk. Oh God.
and he was like, "What's it like to put that shirt back on?"
Oh God.
So what were you saying? Him Friday?
Chris was dead.
Yeah.
But
And I hosted.
He was the only guy in the group that I would have host.
Yeah.
Beezer maybe, but the other guys, like, I can't have Lemaire host.
Yeah.
And then we did because
did
he's
all right.
so bad at hosting. He's like, give it up for your Tommy Pope. That's how he does it. He's wearing a fucking anime T-shirt. He's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, he
Lemaire's
went to the
fucked
mall
up.
to buy an anime T-shirt.
He went to the
in
mall
middle of
by
the-
himself, which, god damn, black guys love the mall.
They do.
They love just
They really do.
bird watching in the mall. But Chris, I've never seen him hungover like that. His face was dark red, his eyes were swollen shut. He was like, and I was like, I came to his bedroom. I was
time
loving
did you get-
this.
what
I was so happy.
This was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was still.
2, at least 3,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, I was
This
gonna
was
say,
late. This
one
was
seems
late.
early.
This was
Yeah.
late. I wouldn't have gone in there at 1. I was waiting until it
true,
was like
yeah.
obnoxious. So at 3 p.m., I'm sitting on the other. He was in twin beds, so I was sitting on the other bed, just like, you had a big night, didn't you? And he was hungover enough to be like, no, like just no, I'm not ready for this.
Dude, I got on stage and I was shaking.
Oh man.
I went into
Yeah.
the green room afterwards and I was like,
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad,
That was a
and he
sad-
couldn't talk.
I couldn't talk.
You bombed. You had to
I
bomb.
He
absolutely
bombed. He bombed on the early show.
Yeah.
Late show, you were good.
Yeah, it was, it was fun.
Had a couple
beers finally
drinks.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't hit the sauce a little bit before the first show?
I did. I
Started
started
too late.
hitting the sauce. Yeah, too late for the first show, and then I was like, I was fine for the second show, but then I slid right off the other edge and was just like too hammered. I started riding the bull.
Oh yeah, that was a fun night. He was riding the bull. That was fun, dude.
Yeah, I was shit faced, and then I pulled the eject button.
Yeah.
I left the bull riding bar at probably like midnight.
I just went home
It was a
alone.
rough one.
Yeah, I was just like,
That's a good move.
I remember having a conversation with someone where they were just talking to me normal, and I was like, what? And they were like, wait, what? And I was like, fuck it, no. And I like turned around and was like, what
Why
the
are you
hell
such a
was that?
dickhead?
I don't know.
It's whiskey, dude.
Yeah. And
This actually didn't used to happen that frequently, but it's been
And then-
very consistent.
and then,
The whiskey,
Dude,
he
he's
just
a
goes,
nasty little
his
fucker,
his face turns like Hardy, like he's a
Yeah.
different fucking character.
Yeah, dude.
He gets fucking hard
He's
up on
nasty.
anything, too.
yeah.
It's like
And
a boxer's taking too many knockouts, dude. And you get a little later in life, all of a sudden it
His
hits
chin
you
got
in a different way.
Yeah, his chin's a little
Chuck
weaker,
Liddell,
dude.
you know, the Iceman.
Yeah, dude.
After a certain point, he's never the same. That chin goes, you know.
Yeah. You start thinking like, did he say it like that?
Is he disrespecting me
Yeah,
right now?
right. Yeah.
It's just some fucking manager.
Yeah.
Shit like,
Just-
you did great tonight. You say, who the fuck are you?
yeah. It was that kind of conversation, and I was like, all right, grab my fucking the hoodie or whatever.
Is there
Just like, get the fuck
is
outta
there a
here.
person of importance that had a bad interaction with him, like a manager?
Oh, most definitely. Certainly.
No.
There was nothing but industry in that green room when you were blacked out. Although I did ask all of them because I was
Dying to get some dirt?
I wanted a bad report.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, there wasn't.
Yeah, I don't,
But
They
these
might
are the
be
same
protecting
people.
him, though.
These are the same people that like me a lot. So the whole
Yeah.
time they're like, "No, your friends were awesome." And
Right.
It's like, dude, I know it was blacked out O'Connor and Lemaire. They're not great.
Gardini was bopping around too. But I
Guard
guess
Dog said he was quiet, which of course he was.
He's the sweetest boy, even
Yeah,
if he's
he
hammered.
doesn't talk.
in the green room, I was quiet. I was, I think.
There's no chance. You had your fucking
No,
shoes
no,
off.
I
You were
was-
holding court.
No, I was. No,
You were holding
No,
court.
that was at one point.
Your shoes off.
Well, no.
The green room, his toes were out. Holding, bro.
Now, hold on.
You're like the cowboy in casino,
hold on.
fucking Pesci had to come out, beat you up.
That was
That's got to be a
during- that was-
3-month layoff.
No, that was during the Barstool Sports show. There was a kid. One of their producers tried to brag that a really prominent DJ asked him for foot pics, and then I was making fun of him for that. And then another one of the producers came in and was like, "Oh yeah, I've sold foot pics." And then we got into like a foot, and I was like we were like, "I want to see this foot.
Yeah.
Show me this foot."
Is it a nice foot?
I didn't. They
You
wouldn't
wanted to
take them
see-
off, and I was like, "I'll show you my foot. How much do you think?" And yeah, but that was early on in the night. Later on the night, I was chatting up
Feet turning
Feidelberg and
to
those
dicks.
guys. What?
Yeah.
Oh God, you're right. It was a shameful. I definitely, when I was leaving Nashville, I was like, that was bad.
Yeah. You told
did
me as
bad.
soon as you got home, you were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I left a little
Well,
too
I
much
got-
out there on the field.
Yeah, he did, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, it was. Sometimes you can't tell whether you just drank too much and you're like, you're so viciously hungover that you're just feeling bad about yourself, or whether you're like,
Yeah, dude.
For
said
real,
and did some
for
things
real, I
that-
did ask. I was searching for.
Yeah.
I wanted you to have fucked up, and that
Yeah.
nobody reported a fuck up.
Is there going to be a problem
that's
if we go, Zany's, we would like to come do your
no,
club?
No, Lucy at Zany's loves Chris.
Yeah.
You guys are good.
All right.
Yeah, we did. We did it. We stayed good.
It was the one thing that was unfortunate is there was a lot of industry there, and you were so hungover that you fucked up.
Yeah,
That hurt. But yeah, who cares?
I
Who
don't
cares?
care.
You seemed to care.
What?
You did care.
I was.
you
that
did
was
care.
risky. That was the
whiskey.
riskies.
Boy, you
that
cared.
Was before the, that was before the.
And I'm not
the
going to
bull
say the
riding.
moment. I'm not going to explain
Yeah,
the
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
but
I
there
think you
was-
told me the moment.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was
there was a
mad.
moment-
Is this about taste?
Yes. And I was
I
sitting. I was
yeah.
in the green room sitting across from Chris when they said it to me, and I just watched him because I knew that if I were you, that would have.
Fired you.
I
up.
would have gone nuts.
Yes, dude.
So right when they
You
said
told me
it,
the scenario.
right when they
Yeah,
said it,
yeah.
I was like, "Oh boy!" And he was.
Yeah.
I got up. Like as soon as they left, I was like, "Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that."
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't act like I'm an asshole. The
I
second
didn't
it's
know.
something real, I'm like,
Yeah,
"You're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Don't worry about shit like that."
Yeah.
When it's fucking door locks and Woody Allen, I'm like, "You're a fucking dickhead."
Well, you got to select
I
when you're
gotta
going to
say,
drop.
I think if you saw the Lemaire thing, it was definitely
I know Lemaire.
Lemaire's
I
fault.
know
It
how
was
he
relentless.
acts. Lemaire likes to just say a provocative thing, and his ideas are genuinely stupid. There's no other way around this. He has bad ideas. So
Yeah.
he'll just be like, "Here's what I was thinking," and he'll just say something to bother everybody.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing. He's like, Africa is going to be the most powerful continent by 2030.
Oh yeah,
And
that
you're
was
just
another
sitting there
big,
like,
That was another big fight.
You have no concept of reality. You don't know what reality is.
Yeah.
And that, yeah.
We looked at the whole continent's got like the GDP of New Jersey. 23. That's going to be one hell of a come up, dude.
Yeah, well, he watches fucking comic books and wrestling, so he's like, no, Wakanda's there.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not. It's not there.
Yeah.
That's just a direct relation to like who you're hanging out with, like your circle of friends, I imagine.
No,
It's like,
Nate's smart.
Yeah.
Nate, they're smart.
yeah.
Jabriz,
I thought they're all smart
yeah.
for the most part.
Sean's smart,
Yeah.
At least you're egging you on, trying to get some.
but
some
Lemaire's just saying stuff.
How'd you get that hodgepodge group together? I mean, obviously they're all angled friends of yours.
Yeah,
It's just you throw a fucking net out there and like, who wants to come?
yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Like, who's coming?
Yeah,
But those guys, all I knew would be pumped, and they're good. They're good enough. They're good at stand up.
It was a fun group.
It was a great group. There were guys that were excited to be there, which is nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just took Lemaire on the road. It's fun to watch a guy, because when I go out, I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like fucking another hotel room.
Yeah.
Another fucking day of travel.
He's excited.
He's new enough. He's like, I could fly on a plane. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Hotel rooms. I love hotel rooms, which is where I was a year ago.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nice. I'm on a plane. I'd listen to rap, look out the window, be like, we did it.
You said this shit yesterday to me, like, you're fuck, I got to go to England tomorrow. I'm like, shut the fuck
No,
up, dude.
I'm not excited.
Yes,
I got to
you
get on a
gotta
plane
be.
tonight to fly to fucking Europe.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're doing theaters in Europe, dude. This
Bro.
is fucking everything
but
you want.
it is what I want, and it is going to be awesome.
Once
I
your
am
feet
excited
hit,
about it.
You're going to be like, this is cool.
But it sucks to have to go city to city in a different country with luggage on trains.
yeah.
That's going to be tough. And a fucking girlfriend.
Yeah.
Come on, it's like 20-minute rides there, dude. She'll love it.
Yeah. The trains?
The trains are easy. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. It's like going.
Yeah.
To
I don't know.
Connecticut,
I've
dude.
never been there.
What you going? You're doing London, and then the next one's Leeds.
I'm going to Manchester tonight,
Dude, that's a
and then to Leeds, and then
Leeds is like
Glasgow,
Westchester, dude. It's 20 minutes away.
and then Dublin, and then London.
Oh, that's fine.
That'll
It's gonna be great.
The worst
Yeah.
is Glasgow to Dublin. Oh no, you take a boat. It's beautiful. Are you taking a
I think
boat?
we might fly. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you fly.
It's gonna be delightful,
You
dude.
See?
definitely fly.
Fucking world travel
yeah.
over here. Carmen Sandiego tells you to pick your head up and stop acting
gonna be
like a
a delight.
dickhead.
Don't go out at night in Glasgow, and don't let your lady out at night in Glasgow. That place is crazy.
They're
If it's
pig
a weekend,
rapists.
don't.
The Scottish are pig rapists.
They are.
They're gonna rape my pig.
No, nights out.
My babe in the big city. They're gonna get her. Wait, why? Why do you say that?
They get very stabby up there. It's the stab capital of
Yeah,
Europe.
they like stabbing.
They don't have
Really?
guns, so they stab.
England
Really?
stabs a
And
lot.
they love. They drink this energy alcohol drink, and they're just Scottish. They're crazy. It's all a bunch of
Yeah,
Irish people in
no.
the poorest industrial city in Europe. It's the only place in Europe that's like pure, like actual slums, like
Yeah, I
Worse
don't
than-
know. I feel like Europe's always condescending to America, and I do feel like it's actually a bigger shithole.
It can shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Europe can shut the fuck up.
Like
Yeah. This is going to affect your ticket sales when our
we-
fans in Glasgow get a fucking...
yeah. Sorry to the
Sorry,
Scots
Tom.
too, because I'm
Sorry,
scared of
sold
those
out.
guys.
I know, I'm kidding, dude.
They can return their
I was making
tickets.
fun of me.
Dude, we went to that soccer game, those soccer games. and
Oh, are
it's
you
like-
going to soccer at the...
I think I'm gonna go back to Chelsea, Man U.
That fucking rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
You dreading that too?
kind of. I went already, and it was
Fucking
fine.
Yeah, the seats were so tight. I mean,
Yeah.
I was telling
Yeah, the
someone
seats are
that
fucking-
Shane and I had to sit like this.
Yeah, I'm
That's
too-
because the stadium's like 100 years old and it's not ready for fat
Old
people.
and
Well,
right?
they
European.
built a
yeah.
new one. We went to Tottenham. It was brand new.
Oh,
True.
really?
And it was still like,
And we were low.
might
We were
even-
like 3 rows from the field. at
yeah,
Tottenham.
yeah.
Is that because you're supposed to be standing most of the time
Yeah,
anyway?
you're supposed to stand and sing the whole time.
I don't know. But even if you were standing, you'd still have to like, there are so many people packed in there.
Yeah, I think that's purposeful to sell tickets, more space or less space,
Yeah.
more ticket sales, higher
Yeah.
money, and you're gonna be standing, breathing
Yeah.
all over some fat idiot anyway.
That was right before COVID, and that dude next to us was wearing a mask, and I was like, dumbass.
You just pull it down and go,
A week later, it was like, nobody move. Oh, shit.
do you have to test to come home like Soder?
I'm going to have to test to come home. I don't have to test to go there because England
Yeah.
rules.
Yeah.
England was the
What's
first
your-
one to be like, who cares?
What's your last city? You better plan this correctly. In case you can't-
London.
London.
Oh, that's all right. That's great.
Yeah.
It's nice to round it off with a
But then again, if I get
proper
stuck in London,
metropolitan area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glasgow to London's going to be a
stuck
big
in London
shift.
would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to start filming Gilly and Keeves when I get back.
I know. Is that? No, I wasn't going to talk about that.
We can film it.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's coming out. We're supposed to start filming when we get back.
Yeah, boy.
So that'll be good. I'll be extra bloated for the just 10 days in fucking
Fish and
England.
chips,
Come back
like
just
fondue.
That's the best part about like looking back at old stuff you done. You can almost remember the night you got fucked up.
yeah. You can
Like
see a
before
trip.
the taping.
Bro.
Yeah. Like there's things John and I done and I'm like, I remember being in fucking, the Irish pub till like 4 and then going, we have to film in like 3 hours.
Uncle Daycare. I was supposed to not be a fucking mentally handicapped man.
Yeah, I know.
I was supposed to talk.
Yeah.
I was so hungover that I was like, I'll just be like a deaf. Let me just be a mute.
We were all trying to figure out our costumes like day of, and you were laying in the parking lot. He wasn't even under a car. He was just staring, staring into the sun. And I was like, "Can somebody go check on him?" Because I'm not walking all the way over there. I got boots on. I'm sweating my dick off.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
It's either 35 degrees or 95.
Yeah, there's
every
no in
time we
between.
film. It's a nightmare.
ISIS Toyota, I was freezing.
Yeah.
You can see it at the end. My face is like rosy. It
Yeah.
was freezing.
Yeah, you can't tell in like the way you're acting. and stuff. Everything we've ever done that was freezing. It's like, dude, I remember how it being so cold.
It
in
takes
that
so
moment.
fucking long.
Yeah. Well,
That's gonna be a tough couple days here.
right, but
Coming
it's
back
good
from
weather.
that,
It's good
and
weather.
then it is gonna be nice.
Do you have a couple days in London before you come home?
Yeah,
Well,
two,
then just
and
relax.
then a day off before we start filming.
Yeah, get some Woody Allen videos.
I can't wait to watch Woody Allen.
Stay in.
Yeah, watch some Woody Allen.
Watch some old pervert.
That is another thing. Like in between shows, I'm gonna want to stay in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to take it, just lay down.
Well, she's got to go.
And she's gonna be like, "Let's go look at stuff,"
Yeah.
and it's gonna be like, "Okay."
Let's go to the page, and I want to talk
Yeah.
about Woody Allen.
All right, yeah.
I want to
Let's
dive
do it.
into that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have a great time.
I know.